What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. For those of you new to the channel, my name is Vince Warburton and this is VW Fitness. Today we're going to talk about GNC's Amped Sustained Protein Blend. Let's get to it. All right, guys, so before we get started, I just want to say that I hope everyone is staying safe out there. As well with that, you know, obviously we're all looking forward to the gyms reopening. I hope they do reopen here soon, obviously in good time, so that we don't end up, you know, making 2 steps forward and 10 steps back, if you will. And hopefully we can all be hitting the gym, crushing it, and getting after those summer gains. I know I'm all about it, and I can't wait to bring you guys a lot more pre-workout reviews. We do have a few stacked up in the back here that I'm looking forward to testing out and giving you guys a full review. But today we're going to talk about a protein. I know it's not the typical kind of protein that we usually get because of the quarantine and because limitability and financials and all these other things. I don't have a ton of access to product. It's just companies aren't really sending out a lot of product right now due to the circumstances. Financially, it doesn't really make sense for me to spend a bunch of money on supplements when, you know, to be honest with you, not a lot of people are supplementing right now because they're not hitting the gym. You know, they don't have access to it. They don't feel like they should be taking it, etc. So today we're going to talk about a little sample pack that came in the mail the other day. This actually came in, I believe, a GNC order that I placed. This is the GNC Amped, like I said, Sustained Protein Blend. And yeah, if you guys are new to the channel, we break down the supplement review into 3 different parts. We're going to talk about number 1, price. Number 2, the label ingredient breakdown. And then lastly, we'll open this bad boy up, give it a taste test. And we do have the s'mores version. Now, this is not available on their website anymore. And I'm not too sure if you'd actually be able to find that flavor. We'll talk about that more in the taste section of the video. So let's just jump right into it, guys. This starts out at $39.99 for 28 servings. That's right off of their website. With that price point, it's going to be about $1.48 a serving, and you are getting 25 full grams of protein within this packet, or 1 scoop, if you will. And to be honest with you, that's a little bit high. It's not the most expensive protein. Obviously, we've talked about a lot of vegan proteins tend to be a little bit more expensive, pushing that $2 mark. This kind of sits right there in the middle. I've talked about other proteins that are right about $1, and that's kind of where I like to see things. But with something like this, you are paying for quality. Remember that. It is a protein. This is a macronutrient, if you will, and it is very important with muscle building, fat loss, etc. So, you know, price point can vary, and obviously everyone kind of has their own opinion on it. But in this case, I am going to give that price point a 4 out of 5. All right, so next up, we're going to talk about the label ingredient breakdown right here, guys. Like I said, I'm going to go through this. And we start out with a 33.5 gram scoop, or that is at least what is in this 1 serving here on the packet. It is difficult, like I said, to find the s'mores version. They did just release the Thin Mint, like Girl Scout authorized Thin Mint flavor. So check that out. Maybe I can get my hands on that eventually. So like I said, we're starting out with 33.5 gram scoop, 130 calories, 1.5 grams of fat, 3 grams of carbs, which includes 1 gram of sugar. It's interesting, it doesn't give us any fiber breakdown, so apparently there's no fiber in here. 25 grams of protein, and then we have obviously some vitamins and minerals here, some calcium at 300 milligrams, sodium at 80 milligrams, and potassium at 135 milligrams. So this protein blend is kind of your typical kind of protein blend that you see in a lot of other companies that release protein blends like this. It is made up of casein, whey protein isolate, whey protein hydrolysate, probably butchered that, egg white protein, and then you go into the natural and artificial flavors and other ingredients. This does include sucralose in it, so if you guys are sensitive to that, if you're trying to avoid it, this does have sucralose. It does not give me an amount. Alongside that, it does contain milk and eggs, like I said, egg white protein, and obviously the protein is coming from milk. This is gluten-free and no soy, so just kind of a heads up there with the label. So obviously with proteins, it's pretty difficult for, you can't hide anything because it is technically a food. In this case, it is justified as a supplement fact and not a nutritional fact, so that is interesting. Overall, I would say this is right there in the middle of most protein blends. 130 calories, I think, is pretty good. 1.5 grams of fat, obviously not too high, and you're getting 25 full grams of protein. I do like protein blends. It's kind of one of those things where, like, I do kind of like when you take like L-citrulline, you take arginine, and you take, you know, NO3. You take all these kind of different pump ingredients that all kind of work together to do the same thing. That's kind of how I feel with protein. Obviously, there's lower grade like whey protein concentrate and isolate and the differences in how your body kind of reacts. But in my personal opinion, I kind of like a blend personally, or I'm going to stick with whey protein isolate. So in terms of the label ingredient breakdown, guys, I'm going to put this right at a 4 out of 5. Like I said, I'm not too particular about my proteins as long as the calories are not super high. That's the thing. You got to fit it into your macro breakdown, into what you're eating throughout the day. I am post-workout right now, so I'm looking forward to kind of getting some protein into me. And yeah, 4 out of 5. So let's move right into the taste, guys. This does recommend 6 to 8 ounces of water. We have about 7 ounces here. And like I said, we do have the s'mores flavor here. Give this a nice good shake. Okay, so it kind of looks like chocolate milk. You guys can see it right there. So yeah, we have a chocolate milk kind of consistency here. It does look pretty light, which is kind of interesting because with casein, you typically get that really thick protein blend. But obviously, like I said, it is a blend of different proteins. So this is not going to be as thick as a typical casein. Let's give this a nice good taste test. Cheers. Yeah, I would say that's pretty similar to a s'mores. I blend it with water. Obviously, if you use almond milk, you use milk, anything like that, it's going to have a little bit of a creamier, more fat. It's going to taste probably a little bit better. But with water, this is actually a really good protein shake, to be honest with you. It has that kind of marshmallowy, vanilla flavor in there as well. It could be natural, who knows? But definitely the chocolate, the cocoa kind of flavor off the top. Obviously, you can kind of tell that from the color. Overall, though, the flavor on this, yeah, I'm going to give this a 5 out of 5, to be honest with you. Now, like I said, they don't, unfortunately, still sell the sustained protein blend GNC AMP s'mores flavor, but they do have that thin mint, which really intrigues me. And I think maybe I'll try to get my hands on that because it's a really interesting kind of idea to incorporate Girl Scout cookies, because obviously it's such a big thing here in the US. But overall, with this protein, I think overall, when we talk about this, this protein is well-rounded. I think it's a pretty well-rounded protein. Cost-wise, it's right there in the middle, I would say. The label ingredient breakdown is right there in the middle, and the taste is really good. I actually really enjoyed this flavor. I wasn't too sure. This has been sitting, in the cabinet for about a month and a half, so 2 months. So I wasn't too sure, obviously I wasn't like that intrigued by it, like some flavors like I've had, like the Chips Ahoy from Ghost. And other protein flavors. Overall, I would give this the official VW Fitness seal of approval. I would definitely try this protein again. I would buy a tub of it if I'm looking for, a protein. Obviously, we have a lot of proteins that have been sent to us and that I have bought, and we're trying to get through those. I try to supplement the protein. I would much rather eat my protein rather than be drinking it, because obviously it'll make me stay full a lot longer. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you smash that thumbs up button, hit the subscribe and bell for notifications. Again, I hope you guys are all staying safe out there. Leave a comment below, hit me up on Instagram at the BW Fitness. And like I always say, we'll catch you in the next one.